Just a quick video because I'm at like 20% energy. I just walked in the door from the hospital. I had two heart attacks, one big one and one smaller one. They went up through my groin. Hey, Miss Edie, my kitty's bugging me because I just walked in the door. They went up through my groin to put a stent in, and they said that the massive heart attack I had, the damage was already done. There was nothing to stent, and then the second heart attack, they said that it had already done vascular damage to the area, so they didn't do anything. So that means I've had 2 heart attacks and 6 strokes by the time I was 50. I haven't even turned 50 yet. So I got released from the hospital today, and my poor wife, who doesn't drive, she's driven 2 or 3 times in the last 5-10 years. She had to drive to come pick me up, and she didn't drive, she drove in first gear, and pulled up in the ER with the car almost on fire and smoking, and she called me upstairs and she's like, the mechanic here says I blew a head gasket. He's been a mechanic for 10 years. So I'm like, all right. So I come down, and there's no water under the hood. She just overheated it. It was just a 20-minute drive. So she didn't blow it up, but there was smoke coming out of the exhaust pipe and stuff. And it was pretty hot. So I let it cool down for a half hour, and I added some water and drove it home, and it didn't get over halfway the whole way home. It's fine. It wasn't destroyed or anything, so she was all mad at herself thinking she destroyed it. So I'm gonna take a few days here to relax. They got me on a bunch of different drugs, but they give me a drip of what is that, nitro? So I had a nitro drip in there for a few days, and a bunch of blood thinner, a bunch of different kinds of blood thinners, and they put me on a blood thinner permanently here, one to take all the time. So didn't have insurance or anything like that, but luckily my wife got us emergency medical and emergency food stamps. So I have food stamps now, yay, that's good, until July, and I have medications until July. So I'm just gonna take a few days off, relax, recuperate, recover. I'm tired. It took a lot out of me. It started about 6 days before I went into the hospital, and I was laying on the ground crying for 12 hours straight. And my wife kept asking me, you want to go to the hospital? You want to go to the hospital? And I'm like, nah, I'm tough. I'll make it through it. It'll be all right. And it went away for a day, and then it came back. And so I spent about 6 days crying on the ground here. And she's like, you've got to go today. So I called an ambulance and got hauled out of here in my underwear, and they're like, yep, you definitely had a couple major cardiovascular events. So yeah, we're recouping. I'm trying to expend as little as energy as possible, and I think we'll be all right here as long as I don't overexert myself, and I keep taking the medications. But I can't wait to get a shower and stuff. And where they went up through my groin, they go through the major artery in your groin to get to your heart. It's a huge purple spot on my groin. That's very painful still, even when I walk. I don't want to. It's your biggest artery, so you can't open it up. You gotta pay attention to it. If it starts bleeding, and apply pressure. But that's no big deal. I'm first aid certified. I've got a blowout kit. So I've got quick clot agent that'll stop the bleeding. I got narrow pharyngeal airways. I've got Ashelman chest seals. I've got all that stuff, so I can stop all the major blood and trauma that would happen in a wreck. I carry that around with me everywhere in case I come upon someone that got really messed up in a car wreck, so I can just patch them up till they get to the ER. So that's it. I'm gonna lower my smoking down, limit that to just a couple times a day instead of walking around with a pipe in my mouth all the time. But don't know what caused it. It doesn't really matter. I just need to stay on my medication. So I'd lost my medications about 2 months ago on the 1st. I lost my food stamps, and the only place we had to go was a local church food bank, and they gave us a box of food and a box of bread. So we've been eating on that for 2 months, just using that food bank. But now I got food stamps reinstated as an emergency for having a couple of heart attacks. So we'll be good to go, and we'll make it. I'm gonna go lay down. That's all. I'm gonna go lay down and sleep 12 hours. You don't get any sleep in the ER. They wake you up every 2 hours to take blood and do tests and stuff like that. So I'm beyond exhausted. Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna hang in there. I'll make it. I'll be back at it.